Hey, I get it. You've been scrolling through a ton of DJ gear, wondering if dropping a few $100 on an all-in-one unit is really worth it, especially when you could just fire up a laptop and a cheap controller. You're probably thinking, what if I spend that money and the unit ends up gathering dust because it doesn't fit my style? That hesitation is real, and I've spent the last couple of weeks actually setting up a Pioneer XDJ RX3 in a home studio, a friend's bedroom party, and a small club to see how it behaves in the wild. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the biggest question most beginners ask is whether they can actually DJ without a laptop. The XDJ RX3 is built around that idea. You load your tracks onto a USB stick and the unit becomes a self-contained player. In practice, that means you're not juggling a laptop, a controller, and a separate audio interface. All the processing happens inside the box. For a gig where you're rushing in with a pre-made set, that simplicity cuts down on setup time dramatically. I arrived at a small venue, plugged the unit into the mixer, swapped a USB stick, and was mixing within 5 minutes. No driver installations, no software updates mid-set, just a clean plug-and-play experience. Now, the club standard feel claim is more than a marketing line. The jock wheels are weighted and give that tactile resistance you're used to on Pioneer's CDJ line. When I was beat matching on the fly during a house music night, the wheels let me nudge the track with the same finesse you'd expect on a full-size CDJ. It's not just a gimmick, it actually helps you keep the energy flowing when the crowd demands quick transitions. The two-platform layout also mirrors the setup most club DJs are comfortable with: left deck for the current track, right deck for the next one. Switching between decks feels natural, and you can cue, loop, or apply effects on either side without hunting through menus. Speaking of effects, the XDJ RX3 comes with a full creative toolkit that includes beat-syncable filters, echo, reverb, and a handful of hot cue manipulations. I tried layering a delay on a vocal sample while the bass line kept pumping, and the unit handled the processing with zero latency. It's handy for live remixing, especially if you're not sitting in front of a laptop screen all night. For mobile DJs who need to add a little flair on the spot, think wedding reception or a birthday bash, those built-in effects give you that extra punch without needing external gear. Who should actually consider this machine? If you're a DJ who plays regular gigs, clubs, bars, or even a weekend market stall and you want to avoid the fragility of a laptop, the XDJ RX3 is a solid middle ground. It's also a great stepping stone for bedroom producers who have a library of tracks ready to go and want to test them in a live environment without learning a whole new software ecosystem. The unit's gig-ready label isn't just hype. The output options include XLR and RCA connections, and the built-in mixer section lets you control EQ and gain for each deck directly. That means you can hook it straight into a PA system and be performance-ready in under 10 minutes. On the flip side, there are folks who might want to skip this one. If you're purely a hobbyist who spins at home for fun and already have a laptop with Rekordbox or Serato, you might not see enough added value to justify the price. The XDJ RX3 doesn't offer the deep customization that software controllers provide, like mapping MIDI to external plugins or using DVS timecode for vinyl emulation. It also locks you into Pioneer's ecosystem. Your tracks need to be formatted for Rekordbox, and while you can import other formats, the workflow is smoother when you stay within the Pioneer software. So if you're the type who loves tinkering with third-party plugins or you already have a fully rigged laptop setup, the investment could feel redundant. Let's talk about a hidden trade-off that many reviews gloss over: the reliance on USB sticks for track storage. I found myself having to pre-analyze each track in Rekordbox to get the cue points, beat grids, and waveform data onto the USB. That extra preparation step adds time before a gig, but the payoff is a more stable set. In a live scenario, you won't be watching a laptop screen for waveforms. The unit's own screens display the waveforms and track information, which keeps your focus on the crowd. However, if you're someone who likes to improvise by digging through a massive library on the fly, the limited space of a single USB, or a couple of them, could feel restrictive compared to a laptop's massive hard drive. Another practical consideration is the unit's size and weight. It's not a backpack-size controller you can toss into a small bag. The XDJ RX3 sits somewhere between a laptop and a full-size CDJ setup. It's portable enough for a mobile DJ who travels weekly, but you'll need a decent case.